Most men will never reach greatness, not because they aren't capable, but because they're too weak to commit. They talk about success, yet they sabotage themselves with laziness, distractions, and weak habits. And then they wonder why they remain insignificant, forgettable, and powerless. Your body is a weapon, but a weapon left uncared for will rust and break. Your mind is a fortress, but if you don't reinforce it daily, it crumbles under pressure. You say you want to dominate life, yet you sleep in, eat like a child, waste hours on nonsense, and expect to rise above the masses. That's not how men are built. If you're not willing to master yourself, then you might as well accept a life of mediocrity right now. But if you're done making excuses, if you're ready to become the kind of man who commands respect, moves with power, and executes relentlessly, then listen up. I'm about to give you 6 steps that every man must follow for maximum productivity, peak performance, and unshakable discipline. These 6 habits will sharpen your mind, harden your will, and turn you into a man who gets things done. This isn't for the weak. If you're looking for comfort, leave now. But if you're ready to step into your true potential, let's begin. Step 1. Wake up early. The first battle of the day. Your first battle begins the second you wake up, and if you start the day by hitting snooze, you already lost. Men who dominate life don't waste their mornings. They get up with purpose, clarity, and aggression, ready to take control before the world even wakes up. Meanwhile, the weak lay in bed, wrapped in warmth and comfort, folding their hands while time slips away. You want to know why you feel stuck? Because you start your day like a loser. The lazy lie in bed thinking they have time. They don't. The man who wakes up late, dragging himself through the morning, is the man who will always be chasing life instead of leading it. If you refuse to command your mornings, someone else will command your life. The best men in history knew this. The strongest warriors, the most successful leaders, they rose early. They seized the day before it seized them. Even Christ himself woke up before sunrise to pray and prepare. What's your excuse? This isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. just to brag about it. It's about getting up early enough to own your morning. If you need an alarm to wake up, use it. If you need to put your phone across the room so you have no choice but to stand up, do it. Just stop waking up like a man with no purpose. Win the morning, or the morning will own you. Step 2. Fasting. Stay hungry, stay sharp. A hungry wolf is dangerous. A full one is slow, weak, and complacent. The same applies to men. Hunger is power. It sharpens your instincts, heightens your focus, and forces your body to tap into its full potential. But modern men, they fear hunger. They wake up and immediately shove food down their throats before they've even done anything worthwhile. Weak men eat like kings while living like peasants. A man should earn his meal. The strongest men in history fasted, not because they had to, but because they understood the power of self-control. Every great leader, warrior, and man of wisdom knew that fasting clears the mind, strengthens the will, and builds unshakable discipline. Even men of God fasted before stepping into something great. Jesus fasted before his mission. Kings and warriors fasted to prepare for battle. But weak men today, they can't go 2 hours without eating because they're slaves to their own stomachs. If you can't control when you eat, how do you expect to control anything else in life? A man ruled by his appetite is a man who will always be ruled by something. Here's how a real man handles hunger. Start your morning without food. Water, black coffee, or tea only. Use that hunger as energy. Get work done. Train, move, earn your first bite. Break your fast only after you've accomplished something. That could be a deep work session, training, or reading something that actually sharpens your mind. The truth is, a full belly makes a lazy man. A man who fills himself without purpose will eventually become fat, slow, and dull, physically, mentally, and spiritually. That's why it was said, put a knife to your throat if you are given to gluttony. Because gluttony isn't just about food, it's about being a man who lives to consume rather than a man who lives to build. Step 3. Keep the blood flowing. Movement is life. A sharp mind needs sharp circulation. Stagnation is death. If you sit like a lifeless lump, expect your brain to function like one. A man who refuses to move is a man waiting to decay. The modern world has trained men to be sedentary, weak, and docile. They sit all day, staring at screens, numbing their minds while their bodies wither away. And then they wonder why they feel tired, unmotivated, and lost. A stagnant man is a dying man. The strongest men in history understood the power of movement. Warriors trained daily to stay sharp for battle. Kings rode, walked, and moved with purpose. Even Christ himself walked miles every day, traveling from town to town, teaching, leading, and building men. But today, most men can't even walk a mile without getting winded. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and suddenly, life has passed you by. That's how men fall. Slowly, without realizing it, until one day they wake up weak, sick, and useless. If you want to keep your body and mind strong, you need to move. It doesn't matter what you do. Fight, lift, run, walk, stretch, train, but do something. Movement isn't just about fitness. It's about respecting the body you were given. A man who lets his body weaken is a man disrespecting his own potential. Step 4. Nourish like a warrior. Your body is a machine. What you put into it determines how well it performs. Feed it garbage, and you'll run like garbage. Eat like a weak man, and you will feel like one. Most men today are poisoning themselves daily. Not with drugs, not with alcohol, but with the garbage they shove into their mouths. Processed junk, sugar-filled nonsense, cheap fast food. This is why they feel sluggish, tired, and mentally foggy. A man's body and mind are directly connected, and when one is weak, so is the other. The strongest men in history didn't just train hard. They nourished themselves like warriors. They ate foods that made them strong, sharp, and ready for battle. Even in scripture, food wasn't just about eating for pleasure. It was about fueling the body for the mission. But weak men, they eat like slaves to their cravings, not like men with discipline. Eat real food, protein, healthy fats, complex carbs. Ditch the processed junk. Food is not entertainment. Food is fuel. Treat your body like a high-performance machine, and it will reward you with strength, energy, and mental clarity. Step 5. Plan and prioritize like a general. A man without a plan is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly at the mercy of the winds. The difference between men who win and men who waste their lives is direction. Most men wake up and just react to whatever the day throws at them. No structure, no purpose. They move like blind men, wondering why they never get anywhere. If you don't control your time, someone else will. And if you live by chance, expect to lose by default. The greatest leaders, warriors, and kings didn't walk into battle without a strategy. A man who builds something great knows exactly where he's going and how he's getting there. Every day before you sleep, you should know your next move. Here's how a real man plans with precision. Before bed, write down the 2 most important tasks for tomorrow. Not 10. 2. The ones that actually move you forward. Structure your time. Don't just wing it. Set a time for work, training, and self-improvement. Eliminate distractions. A weak man lets useless noise steal his focus. A strong man protects his time like a warrior protects his land. A fool wakes up and hopes he'll be productive. A man with a plan ensures it. Live with purpose or be used for someone else's. Step 6. Sleep like a king. Wake like a warrior. Sleep isn't for the weak. It's for the wise. The problem isn't that men don't sleep enough. It's that they sleep like undisciplined fools. They stay up late, drowning in distractions, then wake up tired, sluggish, and unprepared for the day. A man who wastes his night will struggle through his morning. A man who controls his night will own his day. The strongest men in history didn't just wake up early. They respected their nights. They understood that a sharpened mind requires rest, and a sharpened body needs recovery. Even the most powerful warriors knew that before battle, they needed restoration. Here's how a real man treats his sleep. 1 hour before bed, shut it all down. No screens, no mindless scrolling. Use this time to plan, reflect, or read. Stick to a sleep schedule. Sleep at the same time every night. Discipline doesn't stop when the sun goes down. Protect your mornings. Don't wake up and immediately reach for your phone. The first hour is for you, not the world. The way you end your day determines how you start the next. A weak man lets distractions rob him of rest. A strong man guards his nights like he guards his purpose. Most men waste their lives in comfort. They sleep in. They eat like children. They move like sloths. They drift through life without a plan, and then they wonder why they feel weak, lost, and unfulfilled. But now, you have no excuses. I just gave you the 6 steps that separate weak men from warriors. 6 steps that will sharpen your mind, discipline your body, and make you a man of action instead of a man of excuses. It's all in front of you. But here's the truth. Knowledge means nothing without execution. Most men will listen to this and change nothing. They'll nod their heads, feel inspired for a moment, then go right back to their lazy, unfocused lives. Don't be most men. You know what needs to be done. Now do it. Start today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. No more weakness, no more excuses, no more wasted days. Get up, get moving, build, conquer. And if this hit home, don't just sit there. Like the video, subscribe, share this with someone who needs to hear it.